Marshmallow Fanboy, back with another review, this time of Star Wars The Black Series Astromech Droid Holiday Edition, or R2-SANTA, and Grogu Elf. I couldn't make that work. This is an R2 unit decked out like old Saint Nick himself, along with a baby Yoda. I don't know what race Yoda is. It's a baby whatever that is. And it could also be Grogu. Could be, comes with a Grogu. You can pair that with a Mandalorian figure or a holiday Mandalorian figure. And you can pretend that's a holiday Mando. You can pretend it's a screen accurate one. You're already pretending you have action figures. Anywho, little thrusters, a tool to apparently hold the candy cane, or the candy cane probably does plug in to one of the ports that opens here. It's basically R2-D2, but it's been repainted, so I can see where the side panels still open. I can't remember if this was... I don't think it was... God, it could have been... I don't know. It might have been exclusive, but I can't remember. It wasn't something I was going to get, and then I saw it, and it was a little cheaper, and I thought, I do like it. It's very cool. It's got a Santa hat and a Santa beard. And of course, if you go to the Disney parks, they have those Build-A-Droid places where you could stick a Santa hat in a post in the center of his head. That's not this. I think that actually does fit all the way around, but there's no picture of him completed or anything, which would have been cool. Would have been cool to have a completed picture on the back, or examples of what they sort of expected you to do with these and these. I understand what to do with them, because this isn't the first time that I've gotten this Astromech. I've gotten him as R2-D2. But, if a kid buys it, he's got all these pieces he doesn't know what to do with. It might be a while before he discovers that these panels pop open, if he ever discovers them. So, maybe there should be something on the back to help him out. But he looks really good in the package. He's just in time for the holidays. I mean, as I'm recording this, it is before Halloween, and by the time I post this, it'll be around Christmas. So, this is very timely. But this is the 2025 holiday offering. I can't remember if there's any more holiday offerings. I know there was a couple of Halloween figures I didn't care for Star Wars, but I am glad that they're doing some of this stuff. I love the droid repaints. They're really cool, especially when they do the holiday sweaters. I love the characters with the holiday sweaters. But this looks great in the package. Let's take him out and see what we think. Okay, now that he's out of the package, let's take a closer look at the holiday edition Astromech Droid. First, let's start with the side thrusters. Of course, both of them sort of golden to kind of go along with the rest of his golden. And just like previous releases, the thrust effect comes right off, so you can display these on the droid ready to go, or you can display him in mid-flight. I'm not sure how you do that. I don't know if there's a flight stand that can encompass the R2 unit, but yeah, you two, each their own. You can give it a shot. But it's a very cool touch. Also, Saint Nick flies, and he's supposed to be Saint Nick of droids, so it makes sense that he'd be able to fly. This is Grogu, just real tiny. I don't know what mold this is or anything. It's not a real Grogu figure. Because those are a little bit bigger, and they have moving parts. This is more meant to be maybe the first release or something like that. But it's a really cool little figure. I don't know their race. I wish I knew so I could say that, that's a little baby, this or that. Oh, wait. No. Yeah, the arms move up and down. that is an action figure. There is articulation there. I mean, it's not a lot, but it's pretty good. You know, he can reach up for the candy cane. Give me the candy cane, he says. You can't really see that. But that is Baby Grogu. It's for the holiday Astromech himself. I put his hat on. His hat doesn't stay on very well. You have to sort of balance it. It kind of doesn't really pull down around his head. The in the package it sort of flopped over, but I couldn't sort of get it to flop over and stay. Balancing it is sort of your best bet. You sort of just put it on and then kind of pull the beard down a little bit, and then bingo bango, he just sort of has it on. Boom. Then he's on. He's good. He's got the little the grabber hand. I think the panel's open, just like in normal Astromechs. I think he can probably put the candy cane in here. The candy cane's a little flimsy, so I don't know if I want to try too hard to get that in there, and I don't. So, but the candy cane is a very nice touch, and it's very cool. It could have been a little wider, or the claw hand could have been a little bit smaller. As it is, it just sort of has to dangle off of it. Doesn't hold it very well at all. You have to sort of depend on gravity to help you out. The packaging came inside this little thing, was sort of shoved into the hat to keep its form. So that might be good for storage if you can sort of stick the beard up in there too. The beard is mostly felt, feels like. It's very insubstantial. It's like any of the other cloth things, except that you don't know what's holding it onto the hat. Maybe a little glue, something like that. But the hat seems to be the most sort of vulnerable thing on the R2 unit. Let's see the head. Let's see, rotates. Does it come off like the other ones? Yes. So if you wanted to store the candy cane and the grabber, you could do that right here in the head. And you could store it just like that. Of course, he has the third wheel that comes down, of course. There we go. As per usual, the third leg is a pain in the butt to get down. It looks really good with the third wheel down. All black, because that's where the boots are supposed to be. So everything that touches the ground is the boots. Little white hoses for the laces, nice touch. It's a really cool figure. As far as the thrusters go, these side panels come off. You could take the side panels off. You could attach, and I don't think the thrusters, it matters whether you're left or right. It just plugs right on in. And then, of course, you've got thrusters to fly around on. That's not how he flies at all. And that's not how it sounds at all. I am lame at sounds. Okay. So that was very confessional for no apparent reason. So that goes back in there. And that is the Holiday Edition Astromech Droid. I can't remember if he was exclusive. He wasn't difficult to get. I just ignored him for a while. And he's available. He was very available when I got him. I don't know how available he is now. But get him if you can. He's fun. Most of these figures are... I get that if you're collecting one thing, like you're collecting A New Hope, or you're collecting the original trilogy, you're collecting the prequel trilogy, how this might not fit into your collection. If you can find a place for it and it makes you sort of think, wow, that's very cool, add it to your collection. If not, no harm, no foul. This thing will be out now forever. So maybe you'll run into him in a convention one day and your heart will soften like the Grinch's heart. And you'll say, I should have this holiday Astromech Droid and this super cute holiday Grogu for some reason. I'm going to purchase them In which case, I gotta tell you, man, until next time, enjoy your toys. Was that transition weird? That transition felt weird.